Today we have the privilege of being in a beautiful oasis here in Zipolite at camp, and we are with Ernesto. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Happy to be with you.
It's amazing here. Tell me the story a little bit. You came here on vacation?
I came here to help a friend who had a hostel, and I came to camp to offer my services as a therapist. And I stayed as a manager, and I've been here as a manager for 3 years now.
And how could you describe the vibe that is in Zipolite? Because I never thought I was going to find so many therapies here. It's amazing.
Yeah, this is a place that is remarkable for two main reasons, I would say. On one hand, it's the freedom that people feel when they come here. This is a very gay-friendly place, for example, and it's a nudist place. It's the only officially, legally nude beach of Mexico.
Right.
And on the other hand, this is a place that attracts a lot of people who work with healing therapies, energy therapies, even medicine, plant medicine, and many different alternative therapies. So it has become a hub for many people, not only from this area, not only from Mexico, but from many other parts of the world who end up staying here.
Yeah, living here. I think I've seen more people from out of Mexico than Mexicans.
Actually, yes. Well, it depends on where you go, but yeah, and also these days that you happen to be here, it was just the nudist festival, so we had a lot of tourists coming.
Yeah.
But also there's a lot of us who are living here, who decided to make our home here and to share our gifts here.
And how do you feel the energy in the place?
It's so different to anywhere else that I've been to. And it makes me feel free. It makes me feel that this is a place where I belong. That's why I decided to stay here. I had been out of Mexico for 9 years, traveling and living in different countries, and I've never felt what I feel here. You know, just like being able to walk naked in the beach, have access to great food, to natural things. These are all things that are nourishing for the soul.
Yeah.
And it really helps you live a more balanced life, especially these days when life in the cities is becoming more and more challenging.
Yeah.
So that's why I love it here.
People look for that escape all the time.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your therapies. What's the name of it? It's a very unique name.
Yeah, well, I have studied several therapies in the field, or techniques in the field of somatics. And in particular, I specialize in intelligent movement, movimiento inteligente en español. It was developed by an Uruguayan, by the way.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
And I learned it in Colombia. She had the first training in Colombia back in 2016. By now, there's been a lot of more countries where this has expanded to. And I combine it with other things that I have learned through the years. For example, here in Zipolite, the first time that I came to Zipolite, I came to study another technique called Bones for Life.
Bones for Life.
Bones for Life. And this is in particular for women above 45, 40 to prevent osteoporosis and osteopenia. It works with the bouncing of the long bones, with the alignment of the skeleton. And I combine this with other things that I've learned through my travels, my trips. But the main thing that I do is intelligent movement, which I teach regularly in groups. And I also give one-on-one sessions using it's not exactly a massage table. This is actually a special table
lower,
for this.
Right?
It's a little lower and it's a little more firm. It's firmer.
Okay.
And I do one-on-one sessions applying the same principles to the hands-on work.
And how does this benefit the body?
Well, it's the first thing is that it helps you become more aware of how you use yourself.
Okay.
So it reminds you of your skeletal possibilities. Instead of using more the muscles, we use more the skeleton. So unlike a massage.
Sounds so strange.
Yes, I know. And this is what makes it
skeleton, guys.
This is what makes it unique, to have a more skeletal use of yourself instead of a muscular use of yourself.
Okay.
Because if you think of it, most of the times we think of the muscles, my back hurts, it's the muscles. But what if you think, well, it's maybe C7. I don't know, not C7, but because C7 is here.
Okay.
But let's say
no idea.
the vertebrae. I'm talking
Okay,
about the bones in the spine.
Yeah.
And you can think of the bones of the spine, but not as isolated things, but in relation to the whole system, the whole musculoskeletal system. In relation as well with the nervous system, with what the brain wants to do. So you were asking about the benefits. The first thing is the awareness of how you do what you do. And parts of your body and your skeleton that maybe you are not so aware of.
Right.
And you never think, exactly, you never think of it. But for example, right now, if you think of how you're sitting, and you pay attention to how your foot is standing on the floor, then you will notice that there is one side of your pelvis that is closer to the ground than the other.
Yes.
So that means that there is one side of your ribs that is more open than the other.
That's so weird.
Yeah. And then that means that one ear is closer to one shoulder than the other. So this all plays into the general organization of your skeleton. If you start to think of yourself as a more skeletal being, then you can become more aligned more easily. And even though we don't work directly with a mystical aspect of it, it definitely has a benefit for a mystical practice, for meditation, for energy work.
Yeah.
Because all of this, the purpose is to get you aligned.
Yeah.
And if your body, if your skeleton, if your muscles are aligned, then you have a more prepared system in general, a self that is more ready to experience something higher that goes beyond your body. So that's the intention.
Now that you're talking about it, I kind of put one and one, two and two together, because it's true that when you meditate, you know, I always try to leave my legs straight. Like I don't like going like this because I believe it creates tension. But I've noticed that when I do energy work, you can feel the energy going through your spine, right? And the higher like your spine is, like the more straight you are, the better the flow. So it's like your channel is straight. And I've seen people that when they carry a lot of weight in their shoulders, or when they carry a lot of negativity, they tend to kind of curve forward, and it's like the weight of the weight of their life on their shoulders. And the more and the more and the more curved they are, like the worse their channel is. Because imagine like if this is where the energy is coming from, like you want it to be up to the universe, right? Yeah. So this is crazy.
And you just mentioned something that also, there's another element that we work with, gravity, the force of gravity. When people get stooped, when they get hunched like this, it's because they're fighting gravity and they're losing the battle with gravity. In the end, it's pulling us downwards throughout decades of our lifetime. But if you start working in improving your relationship with gravity from a younger age, when you reach an older age, you can walk with a springy pace, with more vitality. So that's also one of the points, and that's why we work on our backs, so that you're not fighting gravity. You can give yourself to the floor, in this case to the table, and you don't have to do any effort. And without effort, it's like when you are, if you see a pond or you see a lake, and you throw a rock at the lake, you can see the ripples of it. If you see a river and you throw a rock to the river, you don't see the ripples of the rock, because there's already so much happening. There's already so much noise. We are like a river in our daily lives. So what we want to do is to be in a state of lake, be in a state of calm, where you can be aware of what you do, how you do it, and how you can do it better.
Absolutely.
That's the idea.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm excited to start and give you guys my experience, because, I can say that I have felt myself getting straighter, and the straighter I get, the better I feel. So, if you can work your magic, that'd be great.
Let's do it.
Interesting.
And take a deep breath, and when you exhale, let go of any effort. Surrender to gravity. Surrender to the earth. And begin to feel my hand under your shoulder. Very gently move your head, roll your head a little bit to the left and to the right, very gently. Is this okay? It's very unusual that we touch our clavicles, so if it feels strange or uncomfortable, let me know. turn. Let's move the arm a little bit. And actually, I'm gonna grab you from the bone, not so much from the muscle. Is this okay? So feel what happens in your hip joint. I'm moving you from your heel and I'm reminding your leg that it's connected to the movement of the hip, and that what you do with your hip is what will define the quality of your step, the quality of your standing up, the quality of your sitting. All these connections that happen throughout. And also sometimes we find things that don't move so easily and that we don't like that much. And that's part of the process.
So this is really strange. I normally do have a little trouble being so straight. Like it's usually uncomfortable for me. Like my spine will like get tired. I'm like so comfortable right now. And I don't think I've ever sat this straight before. What did you do? It's like something's pulling me from up here.
That's the idea. It's like the universe is pulling you upwards because you're more aligned. So now, to get up, here's an idea. Normally people do this to get up. Don't do it for now. But normally this is what we do to get up. And we are actually fighting with ourselves when you do that, because you're going in opposite directions. And this is actually, you're countering your intentions. So here's the proposal. Instead of pushing, slide your hands down and push yourself forward and come to stand up. So
Yeah, like we're
your hands here.
balancing. Yeah.
Slide your hands down your legs and then push your head forward and up and stand up straight. Take a deep breath with your eyes closed and keep your eyes closed. Heavier or lighter, tall. And now shift your weight a little bit to one foot and to the other. And after a few movements like this, begin to walk. Gracias.
De nada.
Wow. Hubo un momento cuando empezaste a sacudir que empecé a sentir así como se me paraban todos los pelos y era como like it's running through. It's it was running. It was like, yeah,
Hormigueo.
hormigueo, pero más. O sea, era, my hairs they rose and I felt it running through.
That's your energy.
Yeah. Wow, I had never felt it like this. Now I feel like I want to dance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you left me straight and I left you dancing.
Thank you. This is the best way of exchanging it.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we're both in service and aligned.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.